Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Zero. Welcome here live for the Talladega 150 iSCAR JTP Graphix Series. My name is Zeke Reyes.
I'm William Sheen.
And I'm David B. Smith.
And we're going to duke it out here for 57 laps, 150 miles in total here at the Talladega Super Speedway. Of course, this race, obviously prone for pack racing, as you see right in front of your screen. Everybody gets practice in and out on the track. That's the 17 of Brian C. Mullen field around here. So, we're going to spark it off with survival. Today's key for tonight's race is definitely going to be survival on how these people are going to sort themselves out. And of course, we're 4 wide, ending the corner. That ain't going to work. Otherwise than that, geez, they're keeping it straight. I'm surprised.
Oh,
I'm generally surprised about that.
God.
Holy crap. Oh my gosh. But anyway, we're gonna spark this off with a question. If you were a driver here tonight, what would your plan be here for tonight? Start with Sheen.
Alright, I would probably either hang back, and if they keep it clean, then I'd probably go with a lane that isn't really checking up as much, like try to do a little bit of lane hopping. But as we see the 29 get turned there, I mean, you don't want to be in the middle of that, so like that could easily go in the other direction. So you kind of want to be on the inside line throughout the whole race and probably try to give yourself a little bit of breathing room to react if there's a giant crash. But yeah, that would be my plan.
Oh, there goes Hunter. Pow. Yep, there goes the field. Oh no.
That was everyone.
Yep. Rip. Keplinger flying through. No fast repairs here for tonight, so pretty unusual standard in iSCAR as the 44 Garrett pick slaps it in there. I'm going to show you the ticker and stuff like that. Who is here, who is not. I think we have at least up to 27 cars. That's going to be probably the second biggest field here for tonight.
Only 22? 32.
22 have logged in at least one lap. Connor. People who have yet to log in a lap. Alec Daffin, Donovan Strauss. In the 27, he's making his debut tonight. Rexford, Trey Patton, Cade McKee, and Nate Stewart. Stewart now on the track, you see him right there. But otherwise than that, I'm pretty sure we're here for a good run for tonight. Weather's going to be shown on the bottom left. Track 78 degrees. I mean, not the track, the ambient temp is 78 degrees, humidity at 0%, wind going 6 miles per hour southeast, and mostly cloudy conditions here tonight. Track's gonna get probably more grippier as the run progresses, but this is super speedway racing. I wouldn't be surprised if people take even just 2 under green, but they all need to be on the same strategy for them to shuffle in and out correctly off a pit road. So if we do get a green flag run in, strategy's going to be in mind. Otherwise than that, I think that's all we have to say here for the pre-race show. So we're going to step aside as a warm-up ends itself. We'll be right back right after this, after the national anthem. And we're back here live, post-national anthem. Currently qualifying is underway as of right now. People taking their laps in and out as Stewart's doing his little Talladega glitch thingy.
Didn't work.
So here in qualifying, you got 2 laps, obviously, as standard. Qualifying is different. You don't qualify usually as fast as you can on the first lap, and second lap would be, would be insurance if you wrecked it in the first lap. But here in the first lap, you'd run the outside against the outside wall. You see Michael in that number 69 machine. He's all the way against the wall as he heads to the front straightaway, completes his first lap, and he's going to drop down low most likely. Oh no, that's probably his warm-up lap. He's still against the outside wall.
Yeah,
but in this first lap, you'd be up against the outside wall through to get as much momentum as you can. And once you head to the start-finish line, you could drop down low and complete a faster lap. So, but all these people who are qualifying are most likely wanting to be up front. Wheeler in the 4 is logging himself to go. I mean, all these people these are all first lap times, so I wouldn't be surprised to see faster lap times here in just a slight. Otherwise than that, Liam, actually David, we haven't introduced you here in the booth, but David, what do you think what's going to happen for tonight? Jeez.
Well, it's Talladega, so anything can happen, so the best thing to expect is the unexpected.
I definitely agree on that. It's pretty much a toss-up, just like a lottery gamble. And hopefully these people who have entered tonight can be picked out as the winner. Malachi Drake in at number 90 has qualified himself to the top of the board.
Yeah, and you were talking earlier about the driver count. I just checked, and we have 30 drivers registered for this race, so it should be a fun one.
Yeah, 4 less than what we had at Daytona. I guess that's a good part. But hopefully nobody gets taken out early and we could have a solid green flag run like what we had at Daytona. Had a green flag pit stop also during Daytona. Should be a lot of fun on how people will strategize themselves here for tonight. Liam, any comments to add for the first lap?
Well, one driver they might have to keep an eye on is probably the 03 of Corey Rexford. His ping is 158 right now. It's obviously not a good thing, but yeah, it looks like Michael Bianchini's going to log himself to the top of the board after his lap 2 qualifying effort. That a 53.266, almost a whole 10 for Yeah, about a whole tenth faster.
I'm not surprised. That dude can qualify on super speedways, and he logs in blazing fast lap times. He's also a great super speedway racer. I've raced with him around C-Fix and E-Fix. Last week, when we went to Dega, and on the official side, Bianchini obviously winning the pole. During bronze last week, but watch out for that number 69 later in the going.
I think if you're like Alex Wheeler or Trey Shuttlesworth right now, you don't want to be in that spot. You either want to be in the first two rows or you just want to be at the back. Like, that's around the danger zone as we're going to go through our starting grid.
Alright, as people lock themselves in, congratulations to that number 69, Michael Bianchini. Row number 1, Michael Bianchini and Garrett Pick, rookie on the outside.
Row number 2, we got Hunter Johnson in the 12 and Alec Daffin in the 88.
And row 3, we've got the 42 of Dylan Alt and the 03 of Corey Rexford.
Row number 4 going to be Malachi Drake and Trey Shuttlesworth.
Row number 5, Alex Wheeler in the 4 and Keaton Jones in the 77. We're going to let the rest of it scroll by.
Yep, in row 6, some notable people did not qualify. Connor Brennan in 92. Donovan, he's one of the rookies here in tonight's field. Watch out for him. Jonathan Thompson, Trey Patton. Trey nearly winning a couple of races. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up one yet. Heater as well. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up a win. Poindexter, I think he's making his second start here tonight at Talladega. Watch out for him, the 49. Nate Stewart, your Charlotte winner. Back all the way around to row 12 and qualifying 24th. Cade McKee, the 26. Otherwise than that, rest of the order is going to be shown on your screen. Keplinger rounds it out in that Chase 60 machine all the way in the back. So, oh boy. Mostly cloudy skies, so fairly dim setting from what we had last night, where it was all bright and sunshines, but the racing itself was the complete opposite. But hopefully it can be the complete opposite here via racing from yesterday.
Looks like Hunter Johnson did a no-no and gave himself an EOL, so that might be a post-race thing. But yeah.
Hunter,
anyways.
And one thing worth pointing out, we only had 9 drivers qualify for this race out of 31 starters. So a lot of people probably trying to not log a lap to stay in the back. So this could be interesting.
Correction to that, there's only 30 drivers that logged or that are here. And so the back half of the field looks like they're having trouble getting going.
One person starting in the pits, that would be the 4 of Alex Wheeler. So mostly cloudy skies. Temperature on the track should be pretty dynamic because this is a huge racetrack, 2.66 miles. Speaking of that, we're gonna pull up the track info here for tonight. Track config blank. No other configurations unless you want to run the infield. Track length 2.66 miles in length. Track turns 4, one in each corner. Track elevation around 500 above sea level. Track temp 85 as of right now. Laps total 57. Going to be run here tonight. 150 miles in total. And
got a lot of people cheering on Eric Kepling in the YouTube chat. He's known for his love for Michael Waltrip on Twitter, so maybe he could steal a win away from the usual front runners in iSCAR.
Yeah, watch out for the 60. He's going to be starting all the way in the tail. Should be fun. See on how he sorts himself out here for tonight. Otherwise than that, the 69 of Michael Bianchini hasn't yet to pick up a win this season. I mean, he has picked up wins before. So we got one person on the grass. Please stay on the track. Thank you. Otherwise than that, we are set to go green here at Talladega. Fans on their feet, the virtual fans clapping, cheering their drivers on. 57 laps around here, 150 miles in length as the pace car rounds itself onto pit road. That's 69 of Michael Bianchini. Hold up. I need to announce the drivers. No faster pairs here for tonight, so keep in mind, don't screw up. Alright, there we go. Everybody getting themselves set, and green flag, we're up and away here at Talladega.
Aggressive already. Looks like one car is peeking to the inside. It looks like the 99 of Kim Short. Alec Bevan just trying to get out of here because he doesn't want to be in the mess. As Bianchini moves up to block the... Oh, he's not blocking. He's just going to drop back. That is very unlike Michael, as we see at these speedway tracks, as they're 3 wide behind him.
All these people, I wouldn't be surprised to see multiple cars slide to the apron to slide themselves to the back. As I say that, one of them would be the 28 of Eric Keeter, a chase car. He wants to play it as safe as he can, that 28, in jeopardy of losing this championship if he doesn't do it right. Meanwhile, up front, 3 wide action all the way on the high side. That would be the 03 Corey Rexford. He's getting left to dry as he slides himself to the rear. Otherwise, up front, Dylan Alt in that number 42 is going to lead the field 2 by 2, 10 car pull away as they head down, completing lap number 1.
Just want to give you guys an update on the point standings. The 79 of William Schmidt is, after coming off of a win at Iowa, he's pretty much close to a must-to-win scenario to have a shot at this title, as maybe could secure him the championship as he get a win today. Still 2 by 2 up front, as looks like there's a little bit of a tandem going on between the 01 and 19. But everyone's keeping it clean so far. Ooh!
Bit of aggressive racing up front. The 99 and Nick Short tried to peek to the low side of Garrett Pick. Pick's going to throw a slight block on them. They're going to go side by side for the lead. Dylan Alt going to be the pusher of that number 44. Garrett Pick on the outside. Your Truck Series winner at Daytona, Connor Brandon, in that 92. You have to pick up a JTP win. Surprised he hasn't done so. As of right now, he's running top 5. Very strong. Dragging along Donovan Strauss in that 27 as we complete lap number 3.
Good amount of guys keeping it safe. Alex Wheeler has lost a draft, and if he doesn't catch a yellow, he's possibly going to, get left. As Cade McKee will not start this race, and Brandon Warwas, Ryan Kwan, Oscar Jensen, and Carson Poindexter looks like they're in jeopardy of losing the draft, and they basically almost go 4 wide up front for the lead. Dylan Alt tries to make the pass. Not going to happen. However, he's going to have a little bit of help in the 99. Will he get shut out? No, he will be going to the back.
Yeah, that's all that happened. 4 wide action all the way on the high side, and we want to get left out. That would be the 92. Whoa, man, they are bumping all over the place. As the 92, Connor Brandon, is going to lead the outside lane. Up front, he's dragging that 27, Donovan Strauss.
That racing up there has caught the rest of the pack up to the field, as Jackson Menchie is tailing that final pack and looks like to be 20th spot, so got the top 20 bunching up. This could become either a giant wreck or some really great racing.
Yeah, and 4 wide there for a moment. That's probably going to put a bit of stress on these drivers. Hopefully they can take into account of what their priorities are set here for tonight. Some of these chase drivers like Connor Brandon trying to lead a lap, maybe to grab a bonus point in that 92, but currently, as of right now, Connor not getting as much help from that 27, Donovan. Donovan doing a nice job running top 5 as of right now. Yeah, one of the rookies, and tonight he's making his first start. Start all the way back at 13th. Currently stood 5th as we're blocking all over the place.
And he's going to get shut out of line. The 44 looks like he's going to get a little bit of help from the car in the middle. I'm not sure who that is, but he's going to get a little bit of help as Connor Brandon's going to be the big loser out of that situation. As they're going to single themselves out. Connor's probably going to file in behind the 01.
That's the 01 of Trey Patton. Trey, one of the remoteness cars. No, actually not a remoteness car. One of the originalist cars running here tonight in that 01. One of the more underdog type cars as look at them blocking up front. That's the 42. Dylan Alt swashes up the high side, attempting to slow the momentum of that second lane. Garrett Pick, Donovan Strauss, that's Trey hits the wall!
01 in the wall! The 13 gets him, and they get to single themselves out. Great job by everyone in avoiding that 01 car. We're going to check a look at the replay here.
Trey was the first car to get sideways, and one car also involved in that. That would be the 90 of Malachi Drake. Ended up getting damaged, and looks like
That is the 13.
13. Nate Stewart also got damage off of that, and I think the 92 of Connor Brandon might have made contact with him. We're going to see, or at least attempt to take a look at the replay, and oh, yep, that would be right. Connor Brandon, 92, 1 out of 3, contact with the 01 of Trey Patton.
Josh Patterson also got involved in that. He doored the 13 after they cleared the wreck. Not sure what that's about, but
yeah, I think they were all just trying to shuffle themselves to the lower side to attempt to get around that spinning 01 of Trey Patton and Trey. Unfortunately to him, I think that damage is not going to make him competitive. We'll have to see on how many minutes of optional he's going to have, but luckily no blown motor on him. He's just doing fine as of right now. Well, was.
Unfortunate end of the 0-1 is it looks like his car has a little bit of a toe knocked out of it, as he's going to be... that might be a wheel that's a little offset, but it's going to make it really hard to drive if he doesn't even have a black and orange flag there. As run to yellow for the first time today as an incident with the 0-1 and the 92.
Garrett Pick actually passed the entrance of pit road, didn't catch the pace car, decided to pass it, and he is on the apron in the tri-oval waiting for the pace car to go around him. Unfortunate to him, he doesn't have the option to slide himself on the pit road. He's going to be, he's probably going to have to pit in next time by and go to the back. Meanwhile, on pit road's getting a bit busy as everybody shuffles themselves in for fuel and tires. Out first, that would be the 42 and the 19, Trey Shuttlesworth and Dylan Alt going in and out. Otherwise than that, probably multiple people waiting in out to shuffle themselves to the rear. But the pace car picks up the 44 Garrett Pick, and working on our first caution as of right now. We're going to slide ourselves to the side as this caution plays itself out. We go to commercial break. You won't miss a thing.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
We're going to get one to green this time by. As the 44 shakes out as your leader. 42, Dylan Alt, is the guy that wins on the pit strategy here, as the 44 is on. It looks like he's going to come back down. No, he's not. But 42 is the winner on the pit road strategy, as he's the guy in the precious tires and fuel. You got two cars. It looks like two cars are out of contention to get a win here. 90. Oh no, yeah, the 90 and the 01 of Trey Patton. So unfortunate end for those guys, Dave.
And it looks like several cars came down pit road. I'm not sure if they've already pit or what's going on.
They're probably trying to shuffle themselves to the rear. They haven't taken one to go even, but I'm pretty sure all these people are trying to play it as safe as possible and go into the rear on purpose. And also topping off on fuel and so forth, but as of right now,
might be a little bit of insurance for them just to keep their cars clean, so if they see a wreck, they won't get piled in from behind and they'll have enough time to check up if there's a giant crash. Cade McKee is on track, finally. He got his car out of the hole, and he is 7 laps down right now, so he has to bet on people not crashing, and he'll get his way back up to the lead lap.
Laps led on the bottom. Garrett Pick leading the most laps. William has led one. One of the chasers here for tonight. That's number 79, William Schmidt. Probably got one of his goals accomplished to lead a lap and get an extra bonus point. Another person we have to keep note of, that number 88, Alec Daffin. I think he's the points leader as of right now. I wouldn't be surprised for him to make himself to the front. Hopefully he doesn't get caught up in a wreck and he's gonna have an extra bonus point on his resume.
Guy we haven't talked about much tonight is the number 20 of Andy McDowell. He hasn't won a race this season, and this is probably one of the races he has circled on his calendar in that O. Johnson Esports Ford. Is up to 5th from 18th, so you can come from the back to the front. And that's why a lot of people have this race circled on their calendar. So could have an underdog win like this guy today. David, any comments?
Well, you were talking about going from the back to the front real quick, and you look at some of the other cars around McDowell. The 27 of Donovan Strauss has gone from 13th to 4th. Behind McDowell, the 28 of Eric Heater has gone from 17th to 6th. So, like I said, it's Talladega. Anything can happen.
As we cross the start-finish line, pretty sure we're going to get a one-to-go signal this time by Hunter Johnson slightly. The pace car off of pit road. Yep, pace car lights go off. One to go at the wire.
Dylan Walt
yep.
is your leader on this restart, as it looks like the 44 has made his way down pit road as he drops down the running order. Trey Shuttlesworth, he'll be on his outside in that Proximity Racing number 19 Toyota. As the new guy, 27, Donovan Strauss, and Andy McDowell, who is outside in 4th now, in the number 20.
I've raced Strauss in multiple series, especially in CFIX this and last week. He's one of the very few pushers that could push really nicely on the back bumper. These cars are rounded on the front and back end, so you saw it with the Connor Brandon and Trey Patton incident. These cars could hook these cars are very sensitive, basically. And if these bumpers do hook, it's gonna cause a huge wreck. Hopefully these people could lay off the bumpers for a while before we even hit it with halfway.
I want to give the fans an update on Eric Keplinger, up to 7th from 30th place. That's even more impressive than McDowell's 18th to 4th. Maybe he could steal one away, but as you said, these cars do have a little bit of a crown on the back of them. So if you just align that just wrong, you can hook someone and wipe out half the field or turn them up into the wall and get them mad at you post-race. Although, not like people care, what they think, but we're going to come 1 to green, or we're going to come 2 green this time by Dylan Alt as he makes his way out of 4. We're going to come to the tri-oval as the start-finish line is after the tri-oval, not in the middle of it. So pace car is going to make the hard left turn on the pit road as Dylan Alt will lead him to green.
Yeah, one of the very few interesting characteristics about Talladega. Not only that, the start-finish line is past pit road. This tri-oval is 4 lanes wide. You could run anywhere. I mean, probably at least 4 to 5 lanes wide. So once you're off of 4 on the white flag, it's a dead sprint all the way from turn 4 to the start-finish. As the green flag's going to drop, we're underway as Dylan gets a nice restart on that 19 at Shuttlesworth.
Not clear of the 19 though, as the 19's going to file in behind him, and Andy McDowell on the 20 coming onto the outside, and Eric Heater is trying to get up tandem with the I'm not sure who that is, but
Casey Drake.
Eric Heater and Casey Drake. Those guys are teammates, as they're going to settle in behind them, as Andy McDowell and the 99 of Nick Short or Kim Short are going to try to file in behind them, as Dylan Alt and the 19 and 27. Away with the lead, as Connor Brand is going to make his way on the inside of the 99 of Nick Short.
That's a person. Here comes another person we haven't talked about all race along. Only 11 laps into the race, that'd be the number 22, Tai-Se Young, making one of his debut as a bit of contact there as they head into the tri-oval. One car way up the track, that'd be Donovan. He's going to split. Oh boy, they're 4 wide at the wire. That'd be the 22, Tai-Se Young. Ty doesn't make as many starts in iSCAR, but when he does show his face here up front. As of right now, everybody's singled themselves out. Trying to play it as safe as possible. I'd say a good pull away all the way back to that number 48 of Brandon Warwas. And boy, we split the pack into 2.
And that's just one of the classics of examples of the crown on the back of these cars, how you can just hook someone really easily, as Andy McDowell tries to get something working on the outside and no one's just going with him. So
pretty sure this is oh, you can go ahead.
If he's in a position at the end of the race to go with someone and push him to a win, he might not go with him. So got to make your friends early on.
I'm pretty sure this is the point of the race, as Connor makes an aggressive move to the outside, going to drag Nick Short with him. I'm pretty sure this is the point of the race, of which everybody's just going to be floating around, trying to run with as many people as they can without getting separated from the pack. But as well, you don't want to get yourself too far back. The second pack being led by the 77 Keaton Jones. If you get separated from the pack and a green flag stop comes around, you need to pit with your pack. You need to notify everybody in that one around your square space, so they could shuffle themselves into position coming for the next run. As of right now, as they lap around the number 90 of Malachi Drake, unfortunate to him, he's not running nicely with that newfound damage. As of right now, Dylan Alt on the inside. 2 proximity cars running it out 1 and 2 as of right now.
Yeah, and one thing you were talking about earlier was that you don't want to get too far out. Well, you definitely don't want to get too close this early either, because you cause a wreck and injure.
Tough break for the 44 and 90, as the 44 has retired from the race, and the 90 is about 30 miles per hour off pace. So,
3x3 action up front, though.
Oh! 99!
Whoa, my gosh, everybody saved it. That was Donovan. I think gave the 99 and Nick Short a bad push. They all went sideways. Somehow, nobody, I think, escaped with as much damage. No 4X is probably getting handed out on that one, but that was a close call as they headed off into turn 3. And because of that, the whole pack slowed itself down. We're back up into 1 pack. Keaton Jones now caught up.
As it would go 3 wide, Andy McDowell trying to get the draft off of the 22, as the 92 is just trying to pull the 22 in front. 20 is going to make himself onto the inside, as the 99 joins up with the 22 again. Probably not happy with the move that the 22 made, so don't expect any breaks given to the 22 car, as they shook him out of line. And the 19 side.
I think the 19 is
just out of here.
Yeah, Shuttlesworth is just calling it quits. Oh man, I don't think he realized he was 3 wide. Luckily, he gave himself enough room. But so right now, he's gonna slide himself to the rear. Number 19 machine is Shuttlesworth. Actually won a super speedway race in this series. He won it last season. And that number 19 ended up getting a push from the 03 of Corey Rexford. And boy, we are stacking 3x3. This is what Talladega is all about. Pack racing and close bumpers. And boy, they are starting to stack themselves up right behind. I'd be the high side of 02. Josh Patterson lead the high side. drivers from the 19 middle side. That'd be, I think, a proximity machine. Some people dropping out of line. Now Connor's calling it quits. The 22, don't know who that is. The 22, I'm trying to find the name of him. Tyson Young is
22
calling
of
it
Tyson.
Oh, the 29
The
the 29 up and over, and the 79 just
Oh!
the 49 of Carson Poindexter, as they're still wrecking in front of him. Seems like 48, a little bit of damage. That's Brandon Warwas, and got a car with a little bit of damage at the back. It looks like that's the 87 of Casey Drake. Oh, never mind. He's good. Just loaded in for me, but got a caution for a multi-car accident, as a lot of guys
involved in that.
And a really unfortunate end to the 29s. The 29 of Jonathan Thompson, who is actually a rookie in this series. I believe he's just started, and he just got hooked by the 02 of Josh Patterson, and a big wreck on lap number 16.
Good job.
02 Patterson, 1 out of 3 contact with the 29 of Jonathan Thompson. Yeah, I think what Patterson was trying to do as they headed off into the corner, he was trying to get the suck. He was trying to get the side draft on that 29, but I don't think Patterson realized they were coming 3 wide on the bottom. You see the green car of, I think that'd be the Austin Johnson machine. He was looking down low as Johnson was coming down low, and I don't know if Patterson tried to follow him in line, but unfortunate to them, they find themselves wrecked now, and we're under caution yet again.
A little bit of a winner. Little bit of a winner out of this situation. The 90 of Malachi Drake, he's gonna find himself back onto the lead lap, but Cade McKee can't be really happy with 90 continuing the run, because he will lose the lucky dog spot, as he is perfectly fine without damage, and
he could just stay out and hopefully log himself in front of the leaders to get himself a good wave around via that way. But meanwhile, on pit road, everybody's in to top off on field to make it all the way to the end. Actually, one person, I think, stayed out. That would be the 60, Eric Keplinger. He's going to log in a lap. I think he did lead it. If he did, that would be an extra bonus point on his part, and he is a chaser in that 60 machine. I wouldn't be surprised for him to come onto pit road next time by. Cade McGee, probably betting on him to come in, hopefully. Otherwise than that, everybody's cleanly safe in and out.
And the 99 of Nick Short wins the race off pit road, just past the 21 of Austin Johnson.
Yeah, there was Nick Short, one of the better, actually, road. Oh my gosh, boy, they nearly made contact on the backstretch. Johnson nearly ran into the 99 and Nick Short. Luckily, there was no contact there. Surprised they didn't run into each other. But anyway, Nick Short was, he's a very he's solidified himself as a very, very prominent road racer. I see him all the time run in the F3, F3.5 series on road, as well as on the IMSA side, I think, as well. So, Nick Short doing it nicely here on the oval side at Dega. Hopefully he can pick it up here tonight.
So the 60 car of Eric Keplinger was the only car to stay out on the lead lap, probably to get a bonus point for leading a lap. And he's probably going to come down pit road this time, I assume.
Yeah, that's 12 laps in his stint. Don't think he'll make it as far on the next run if he doesn't pit. Otherwise than that, Keplinger does log in a lap onto his resume. And here he comes on the pit road, the 60. That's I'd say a good thing for him. Keplinger, not only are you going to log in a lead, a bonus for getting onto the lead lap, you're also gonna slide yourself to the rear of the field of where he wants to be, that 60. Doing it nicely as of right now with his safe strategy. Multiple people also on pit road to, shuffle themselves to the rear as well.
Got a list of cars involved in the wreck, 6 cars, and Josh Patterson in the 02, Donovan Strauss in the 27, Carson Poindexter in the 49. Jonathan Thompson, he made the hard left turn into the garage, so he's done for the day. And Dylan Alt, Connor Brandon, also involved in the crash. So tough break for those guys. They won't have nearly as good of a shot to win with that damage, as this track is really aero dependent. But yeah, Nick Short will cycle off. A big winner out of this is the number 21 of Austin Johnson, that 21 Clover Chevrolet. Or no, that's a Toyota. Never mind. Kyle Larson messing me up. So yeah. I got a few cars out of contention to win. Malachi Drift is the first guy. He's down pit road, but he will be in 21st after being one lap down in 28th. So,
luckily for him, he actually got the lucky dog with that caution coming out. He got lapped during that green flag cycle, so he could probably, hopefully, get some damage repaired and maybe catch a draft. Hopefully, that damage isn't as prominent as thought to him, and that 90 will bet on a top 20 finish here for tonight.
Ryan Kwan makes himself off pit road after a lengthy stop, as looks like the 02 is going to have some engine troubles as he's down pit road 1. That engine is not going to be as strong to keep the draft. So he's pretty much out of the shot to win, but never say never. So William Schmidt, he's also involved in that crash, but he will be shaking himself out in 19th. Damage on his front end shouldn't be as bad. It just looks like a little bit of a ding to the right front, so should be fine for him. Still has a shot to get a win, just not nearly as good of a shot.
All right, so more people coming in on pit road slowly. Obviously, get some tires and fuel, pack it in as much as they can. They still can't make it all the way with just this caution, but only 39 to go. The fuel window, I think, is roaming from, I'd say, because the usual fuel window with the Xfinity and Cup cars, you get 18.7 gallons of fuel, and since we're running 50% fuel, I think that's like just about over 8 gallons of fuel. But yeah, maybe 8 to 9 gallons around there. But otherwise than that, since that fuel window is even shorter, the usual window is 30 to 31 laps. I would be surprised if we get if these people do come on the pit road in about 15 to 17 laps on their tank.
From a driver's perspective here, people are just trying to get that 99 out of the way for them because they're just kind of might be a little bit scared from the aggressive blocks and moves he's been making. So good winner out of this is 13 of Nate F. Stewart and Andy McDowell in the number 20. So good breaks for them, as they're going to be second and third on this restart. As a few guys making their ways up to the front. Eric Keplinger, as I mentioned earlier, is now in 9th place. Lost about 2 spots in that restart, but we're coming back to green this time. Pace car lights are out, as looks like we're going to have a really exciting restart here. About a 20-car pack is probably up both ways.
37 to go. Take the green. That's 99 is going to lead it to the green. Nate Stewart was involved in I think the first caution, has a lot of left front damage on his machine. Hopefully he can keep it up the pace as they upshift from the restart. Pace car lights are off. Top 5, Nick Short, Nate Stewart, Andy McDowell, Tycee Young, and Donovan Strauss. And at 27, people look at the 02, how damaged he is. Still trying to catch up the outside line, but pace car slides itself onto pit road. Going to take the green here, working off her second caution as the field bunches up. People are.
And the 99 is going to jump the start, as the 13 is probably going to check the outside line up with that damaged number 13 Darkman Chevrolet, as Andy McDowell is going to have no help on the inside, but hopefully some guys will come down and help him. But,
yeah. With that jump, that really spread out the field. Everybody's still working across the start-finish line right now, but boy, Nick Short, luckily he didn't get a big enough jump so he could so he could... Didn't get a big enough jump so he could be a sitting
As
duck.
the 27 onto the inside of the 13. And that number 27 machine, Donovan Strauss, is going to jump out as your leader. As the 99 out to the outside, it looks like you near contact here. As the number 13 and the 99 is going to get shook out of line here. As the 20 goes with the 99 to the outside. 13 made an aggressive block. It looks like he's going to get help onto the outside. The 42 into the inside of the number 20 of Andy McDowell. The 92 with his help. Proximity teammates working together there as the 13 will lead the lap there. The 27 on the apron. Looks like
he's just calling it out.
Yeah.
He just wants to get out of there now. He tried to lead a lap, but boy, he got swallowed in by the iSCAR
the
regular.
20 to the outside for the lead.
He got swallowed in. Oh, that 27, Donovan. He got swallowed in. Boy, looking right behind here, the second pack.
The 20 into the wall. Andy McDowell. Hard to crash. The 99, Nick Short. Came out just short of the lead there.
And the 22 of Ty C. Young just gave someone, I think it was Connor, a big push into the back of the 42 and got him loose and caused that big mess on the backstretch.
And we got one car sitting littered in the grass, and we're under caution. That's the 0-1 that is tripped. And tough break for those guys.
Boy, watch
Andy
Patton.
is not going to be happy.
Patton, in that 0-1. Watch that 0-1, Trey Patton. He got clipped by the spinning Andy McDowell, and he pounded into the backside at that number 99, Nick Short. If Nick didn't get that damage, I think his day would have been all right. But as the 0-1 was sliding down, he collected that 28 of Eric Keplinger. I mean, not Eric Keplinger, Eric Heater. Heater, you see, spinning into the infield. We're gonna get on board of him, or at least attempt to. Boy, he slid up the track, and luckily he didn't collect as many cars. Also, notable people involved in this wreck. The 87 Casey Drake didn't escape this one, as well as the 60 of Keplinger. We're gonna get more replays here because there was multiple incidents happening at once. More like a chain reaction wreck, not like a huge swallow in a pileup. But watch the trying to find him. Where is he? Trying to find his number right now. Oh boy, I'll have to do this ratchet way, but there he is. That's the 87. Watch the 87 at Casey Drake as he made himself coming into the corner. You see the wreck happen right in front. Keplinger, boy, Casey. Unfortunate to him, the spinning 99 at Keplinger. I mean, not Keplinger. Nick Short got caught up in, and as Keplinger was merging up, Casey Drake was there. Didn't expect him to be there, and Keplinger now has some right side damage.
Tough break for the Originals Racing team, as looks like Eric Heater is going to get out of the car here. 3 out of 4 cars involved in the wreck, so it looks like the 28 is going to be the lone soldier representing that team. As Alex Wheeler, he is your leader, but it might be just him staying out just to get that point lead, or that extra point. Trey Shuttlesworth is also staying out. Bold strategy, but see how it plays out for them. Trey Patton has the toe knocked. Yeah, he's
literally running sideways in a straight line. That looks so ridiculous on the live stream.
Looks like he's qualifying for a speedway. Well, I mean, this is a speedway, so getting that spoiler out of the air.
Literally looks like Kurt Busch's car in 2015. I mean, last year. Look at that thing. It's plug walk. It's grab walking.
So, from here, asking this to David, but from here, who do you see that has a good shot at maybe stealing a win here? Maybe, stealing a win here from the, original, or not the original, but the normal 4 guys that get a win here. Who do you think has the best shot of stealing the win here?
I definitely think either Michael Bianchini or, well, to be honest, it could be anyone. Was the 27 involved in that wreck? I don't think he was.
Yeah, but he has a good bit of front end damage. It might be just enough to hurt that, the aero of that car. So if he gets out to the outside, it just might suck him back, give him the suck, But
Right.
Yeah, had Strauss not been involved in that wreck, I think he would have been a dark horse pick to win this race. But that's just unfortunate for all those guys that was in that wreck. But probably Bianchini has a good shot of an underdog win.
your new leader, Trey Shuttlesworth, has a little bit of right front damage. Looks like the sheet metal and the carbon fiber nose have split apart there. As Michael Bianchini with a clean car, surprisingly. Let's have a look at the back end. Yep, that's pretty much a clean car. So that car will be really good on the restart. It's probably going to be the line of choice. As Nada Stewart in third, William Schmidt in fourth. So good run for the 79 machine, as he was involved in that. Looks like I think that was the initial crash of the race. So Alec Daffin, one guy we haven't been really talking about today, is up in fifth place and just outside the top five. Don't look too far back to Keaton Jones in sixth place in the 77 Ford Fusion, or Ford Mustang, my bad. But yeah.
So yet to take one to green at the wire, we're gonna slide ourselves to the side as I grab a drink and get myself some soda and go to the bathroom. So we're gonna go side by side for commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned. Shuttlesworth's gonna lead the field to the green.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
And welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway. The pace car lights are off. We're about to go back green flag racing. Trey Shuttlesworth is your leader, and Michael Bianchini will also lead the front row. Nate Stewart is in third place. William Schmidt in fourth, and Keaton Jones rounding out your top five. So
There's like a lot of unknowns yet to see. All these people who are littered all over the place with early damage, they're going to be out of contention, unfortunately, but still have a lot of cars on the lead lap and up a challenge for this win, and all these people still have a chance at winning it here tonight. So when we take the green, we will have 31 laps remaining, so that will be enough for at least one pit stop. Hopefully, we could keep it a good two thumbs up and make it for a green flag cycle, because I'm really interested on how these people are going to handle it. Who's going to go with who onto pit road, coming off of 4. But otherwise than that, Top 10, actually I'd say top 10, 11, 12.
I'd say
13.
down to 16th place. It still has a good shot at winning this race.
Yeah.
So,
Pace car gonna slide itself on the pit road. Some cars bunching up. Still, the O2 of Patterson has a lot of damage. He's gonna slow the outside line. I think that's McDowell right behind him. He was involved in last wreck. Field heads itself to the front straightaway. Trey Shuttlesworth gonna lead the field to the restart here on lap number 27.
Green flag.
and we're green. A little bit of a stack up on the inside line. Trey Shuttlesworth's damaged car on the inside is probably going to check him up a little bit. Probably going to allow the 69 and Michael Bianchi to get to his inside, but actually they stay dead even. So interesting. The outside's kind of fading out there as inside line's a good bit stronger as Eric Heater on the outside of Dylan Alt, 3 wide, trying to get. I think that's for 7th place. But
Nick Short in that 99 was involved in last caution. He is done for. You see a bit of blinking up there. Tyson Young. Oh, one car slides up to the outside. That'd be Bianchini. He's going to call it quits as he's going to drop to the tail end. One of the proximity cars in tonight's chase. I'm pretty sure Bianchini just waiting for the time, and right now ain't the time as we hit it with 30 to go.
if you're William Schmidt, you gotta hate that the 22 is blinking right now, because then you have no help behind him. Because it's practically as if that car isn't there, so you're getting no help from behind, and the possibility of him blinking into you or him turning you. As looks like the 13's gonna go to the outside, but no one's gonna help. And I guess the 77 of Keaton Jones sees that he has some good bit of right front damage, or left front damage that is. As Trey Shuttlesworth to the outside. And 42, Dylan.
Peeked in and out. Connor Brennan peeked in and out alongside, I think that'd be the 20, no, the 05 of Jackson Menchie, trying to follow in pursuit.
3 wide for the lead up front.
All over the place. And Connor is just sort of skewing around with that.
Oh, the 42 loose. Nearly caused a giant crash there. They're going to single themselves out here, but still 3 wide for the lead as Trey Shuttlesworth stays up front with Nate Stewart pushing him.
Keaton Jones at 77. He's won multiple Bronze Series races. That's 77 now crawling itself up into that front row. He's going to mount up a charge and challenge for that lead, but all that help is on the high side and that third lane. Look at Strauss go to the outside. One car going to drop it and call it quits. That's the 79. William Schmidt calling. His calling is saying, they're going to wreck. Time to hit that brake pedal and go to the back, and indeed he does so. He's out of the top 10 now.
One guy we haven't talked about much is Jackson Menchie in the 05 after he nearly had the race won yesterday in trucks. Had that caution, or had he the inside line, he would have won that race. But it's like the 92 all the way to the outside. Maybe he got a bad push, but
doesn't even
Jackson
push.
Menchie's gonna
his
let
car
him back
pushed.
Looks like the 12 Hunter Johnson to the outside.
Hunter actually got some damage from that previous wreck. I guess that damage is all right on that right side of that number 20. Yeah, that 12 of Johnson.
Oh, 0.
Oh! There they go. Nobody. Oh my gosh, hard wreck.
A car coming back up into traffic.
Caution is out.
Yeah, good a bit of. That's like 2
everyone's-
proximity cars.
I believe everyone's gonna miss the 92. Came back up onto the track after that incident.
Boy,
Let's have a look at the replay here.
I am surprised. Man, that was a weird wreck. A lot of cars slid into the infield. Dylan got hooked in such a bad way. And you see the 92, Connor. Connor was trying so hard to get it saved, but unfortunately that 92 Connor just builded up the track and slapped the outside wall in the process. Luckily nobody hit him though, but that was actually the reason the caution was brought out. Everybody's there was like 5 cars who spun into the infield, and that infield doesn't detect cautions. That's why the caution came out late. Also involved in this wreck, that 28 of Eric Heater yet again. Don't know where he came, who or what or where he came from, but I'm trying to find a replay.
Alex Wheeler did a great job missing that wreck. Should we take an onboard look at him avoiding this crash?
Oh my goodness. Here, I'm a what you call it? Watch the 28 of Heater. Cade was coming with a full head of steam, and Connor washed up the track. Both of them went low, and Cade ran over that 28 of Eric Heater. That's just very, very unfortunate. Wrong circumstances there, but I'm gonna try to look at another replay of what happened. Didn't really see who was pushing alt at the wire.
It kind of looked like a Matt DiBenedetto wreck at the Daytona 500, how he got turned by Menard. Just looked exactly like that. It just came down and chopped across the field. So, tough break for Proximity Racing, as 2 of their cars are gone, and the other 2 have some damage. 19 trained Shuttlesworth and 1200 Johnson. So, tough break for those guys.
Sorry.
Not the day they wanted. Oh, no, it's fine. But, tough break for those guys as they're chasing the team championship in JTP, as they don't have a sizable points lead. So, Brandon Warwas, who will be your leader, as Alex Wheeler's in second.
Alright. 27, 1 out of 3, contact with a 42, Dylan Alt. Also another penalty, 26, Cade McKee, 1 out of 3, plow into the 28. Coming to the wreck.
And really unfortunate for the 77 of Keaton Jones and the 21 of Austin Johnson. They were both having really good runs tonight and could have had a good shot for a win. So really sucks to see their night end.
Yeah, Keaton Jones' first win in JTP is probably going to have to wait until next season, as we go to Homestead next week for the championship race.
That wiped out a lot of good people. That knocked out Strauss, McDowell, knocked out Dylan Alt. You see Alt sitting there with damage. Connor Brandon also with damage now. Who else was involved in that? There was like 5 cars spinning in the infield. Most of them actually proximity drivers. I know Alt was one of them. Connor was another.
Carson Poindexter.
Oh yeah. Poindexter is a SRAM Dadguard Motorsports machine. Was Poindexter involved in that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Poindexter was also involved, unfortunately. Yeah, as of right now, we're starting to slowly eliminate contention as we work on caution number 4.
Jackson Menchu and 2 other dogs in the top 10 now. That is Jackson Menchu, William Schmidt, and Casey Drake. One of the guys you don't expect to see up front each and every week, but they're doing a great job keeping their cars clean, as those are cars that you want to push if you are, like, say, another clean car. Those are the guys you want to go with, because that will give you the best run and best shot to win a race. So, good run for those guys. Hopefully they can close it out.
And Warwas and company will bring it down pit road for their stops, and we'll see who comes to the lead this time. I believe it will be Trey Shuttlesworth.
Shuttlesworth pitted 1 lap ago on the first wave, coming down in, and let me take a look at the race summary. 25 to go as of right now, so we're roaming around pit window. If we do get, I think, another caution, I think they'll make it all the way to 5 to go. The reason I'm saying 5 to go would be because the caution, if a caution comes out with 5 to go or less, that would end the race. So maybe some people are betting to 5 to go, because if a wreck happens there, they're going to finish where they are and make it all the way on fuel. So I'll have to see on how that will play out.
I think the car that you missed, that was involved in the wreck was the 17 of Brian C. Mullen, as he has. Well, it looks like it canceled out the crown that's in these Xfinity cars, so tough break for him. He has a little bit of downforce added to that car now, so
Hunter, please.
And a really unusual top 5 that you probably wouldn't expect in this kind of race. And first, you have the 19 of Trey Shuttlesworth, and second, the 05 of Jackson Menchu, third, the 79 of William Schmidt, fourth, the 87 of Casey Drake, and rounding out the top 5 is Alec Daffin in the 80.
There's only 2 notable people that I know who usually run up front. That would be the, actually maybe 3, but this top 10 is consisting of all sorts of underdogs. Jackson Menchue especially. Menchue has been screwed out of so many super speedway races. He's yet to pick up one here tonight, and hopefully he could do the job here for tonight. But right now, sitting in second, needs to get one more position up to be in the lead. Shuttlesworth won the Daytona race last year, getting a push from his teammates. Doesn't have as many teammates as he did last season, but another notable person up here in this top 5, William Schmidt, your Daytona winner. In that
And
79,
Iowa.
he knows how to win on super speedways. He's done it. He did it at Daytona under the lights, and he's running here in 3rd.
Looks like this is the same exact car that he brought to victory lane at Daytona. Maybe he can steal another one with this number 79 Georgia Watermelon Chevrolet. Has a little bit of tempers flaring going on in the Discord chat right now between the 28 and 26. So I believe those two are teammates, if I recall correctly.
26.
I'm not sure if they're teammates. I don't know the whole team roster, but not happy because 26 is 5 laps down, and he is not a car that is in contention. So
the lights are off on the pace car. Trey Shuttlesworth and Jackson Menchue will lead the front row to the green flag here. We will be restarting on lap 35, and looks like a couple of cars with damage in the top 10, so we'll have to see if that affects anything, but still should be interesting to the run to the finish.
Eric Keplinger, just outside the top 5, he was involved in an earlier accident. He is still in the mix again, as now we have proof of that car being stay up to pace, as that is one of the things about Talladega. When you get in a crash, just hoping that car can keep pace so you can come home with a great finish and hopefully a win. So Keplinger still in the mix. Yeah, surprised Connor Brandon is actually fine with that. I mean,
didn't get as much damage as I thought. I think he's fine. He just slid up. He got turned up to the outside wall, tapped it in the front end. That splitter is going to be all jacked up in all sorts of places, but I think that front end is A-okay, and he's going to be still up in pace during this next green flag cycle. So, pace car lights are off, obviously, as it slides down and aims itself on the pit road. Trey Shuttlesworth, I think he has led the most laps as of right now. Yes, he has, with 8. As he's going to lead the field to the restart. Bit of shuffling right behind. Some people had to let some people by around the proximity area. But meanwhile up front, Shuttlesworth is going to hit it with the restart box. Jackson Menchue right alongside of him. Hopefully Casey Drake can give him enough push to go to the lead. Green flag.
And Shuttlesworth getting some help as Menchue is left out to dry on the top side with Keplinger behind him, who will have to catch up as Drake goes to the bottom to get to 3rd.
These people are just singling themselves out. All these restarts are very, very different. Every different person who started from the lead, like Nick Short, he decided to jump the restart and go. Shuttlesworth let the field sort of flow into him. You don't want to get a huge jump, but at the same time, you don't want to slow the field down. And my oh my, we got some blinking action around with that. Oh no, that's a 03 of Corey Rexford.
Notable driver that is here is Jarrett Liebert in the number 5. He's having issues with his wheels, so he will not be starting. Well, he hasn't started, so yeah. Looks like the 69 is trying to make his way to the outside, but it's not going to happen. So, go back to the inside. No, he's going to try to stay committed up there and make something happen, but nothing's going to happen because he just doesn't have a pusher. But looks like the proximity cars are just trying to line up here as an affiliate car. The remoteness 03 of Corey Rexford, and I'm not sure who that is. That is 92 Connor Brandon are lining up, trying to get a run going here.
Look at that outside line full of proximity drivers. That'd be the 12 Hunter Johnson. They're going to go 3x3. Meanwhile, up front, Shuttlesworth is leading the charge on the low side, getting split in the middle. 4 wide action. Bianchini way to the high side as he lets Kepling. I mean, not the Kepling machine.
Oh, car to the inside. That's a 0-3 of Corey Rex.
That'd be the 87 Casey Drake. You can go dirt.
And the 87 of Drake tried to go up to the top side to block the 69, who just had too much of a run. And now the 87's at the back of this
They're
pack.
still 4
as
wide.
the 69 going around the 48 of
A
Brandon
4 wide
Orwell's.
pass. And boy, Bianchini is probably leading the tail line up and around, and he clears that second row.
Oh,
What
way
a
to the
clear by
And we got a lap
Bianchini.
car up ahead, the 43 of Oscar Jensen. This could be interesting right here.
One guy we have not talked
Lap
about.
car go low, 43
is
on the apron.
guy we haven't talked about at
Oh,
all
right,
is the
apron.
24.
There you go.
So maybe he could steal this win away. So 19. Looks like the 69 is going to lead this lap as the 13 to the outside trying to get. Oh, he's going to get shook out the line. Oh, what a save!
Oh, everybody saves it. We got cars on the apron trying to get back up, and
my God,
Bianchini
Corey,
will hold
you
the
scared me.
lead as Hunter Johnson, with no help on the outside, will drop back in line behind the 13. I'm surprised that we didn't wreck right there.
I am
Well, I
surprised
think
myself as well. They were dead sideways as Hunter came down on the 13 and doored the whole top 3 rows into a sandwich. But as of right now, Bianchini still holds the lead. He has won here before. Flashback all the way to the Lowe's Cup Series. He took the lead on the white flag around Jack Healy and ended up winning it. But as of right now, he's getting some challenge by that 13 and Nate Stewart, your Charlotte winner.
If I'm Nate Stewart, I'm kind of concerned about my trust level with everybody as people are just starting to like, okay, dude, chill out. You saw what happened there. He nearly took them all out, so you just gotta be concerned about your trust because that's a big factor here when it comes to these races. You just gotta somehow build a bond and keep a trust with each and every guy. As the 12 goes to the outside,
Oh, well, they got left to drag.
pretty wide.
Probably got hot. These cars actually heat up very quickly. 12 of Johnson pushing a damaged car, that Nate Stewart machine at 13. Probably overheating that 12 as he's trying to push it out as hard as he can. I'd rather have another person lead that outside line rather than Stewart, because that damage is definitely bogging him down. As I say that, they're going for the lead now.
Yeah, but if I'm the 12, I mean, he knows that he has his damage of his own. As the 13 goes to the inside and he shooks the 13 out. Yeah, the 12 is going to go to the outside of the 69 and 13, but no run yet. It's going to try to block both lanes, as it's not going to happen as the 05 joins him to the outside. Currently running 6th as the 12 is blinking. Proximity and remoteness cars are not really good with their internet today, but a little loose going into the turn there. But 12 going to the inside, trying to block the 13 from getting a run. The 24 hung out to drive the outside.
Well, he has a bit of a run with Jackson Menchu. That number 24, Ryan Kwan. Haven't seen it up in the front yet, but that 24, Ryan, is slowly reeling himself forward. We haven't talked about him all day, so another person got to make themselves to the front. Meanwhile, Johnson takes the lead for the first time tonight. You see that, I think that's a 22 of, not the 22. Yeah, it is the 22. Tyson Young, that orange machine is whipping in and out. Fortunate to them, but I'd say we have at least a good 13 car pack up front. Not Keplinger, the 88 of Alec Dafford all the way in the rear. We've definitely split the field up with all these crashes and such that we might get a green flag run in. Knock on wood. Hopefully we don't have one.
69 to the inside. Possibly making a pit stop here?
I don't know, but if he is, nobody goes with him. And that's the thing about pit strategy. If nobody goes with you, you're basically gonna get left out to dry coming next
The
time.
05 to the outside, the 24 files in behind the 13. No run on the outside, so it looks like Ryan Kwan and Nate Stewart are gonna cycle themselves out for the lead, but as I say that, the 05 is gonna come to the outside. Probably try to side draft the 24. Does it exist? Does it not in iRacing? No one knows, but
And she's just trying to get as much of a good run as he can, but boy, he's too far up the track to really pinch down the lower side, but as they head themselves off of 4. Nobody heads himself on the pit road, so Bianchini, the only person in and out. He's most likely got that lapped. As you see that 69 right there.
If I'm the 69, if I'm the field, I'm trying to lap the 69 and like doing everything I can just to get them lapped down. So like if we get another yellow, they will be at the back. As we sketchy there, as the 24 is going to drop to the inside, force himself back up on track, and a 0.5.
Oh
Jackson
my
Matthew.
goodness, Quan gave a bad push to the 13. He's all over the track, and because that inside line just killed its momentum because of Quan, Menshew has shuffled himself to the lead, and they're all single file. I don't know if they're gonna pit next time by, but here they go. They come off of 4. Nobody takes the bait on the pit road, and we're coming to our fuel stop here in about, I'd say, 3 to 5 laps.
The thing is, you can't really blame the 24 there, as like the 13 has a pretty banged up bumper, so you can't really hit him square, or you have to hit him perfectly square to give him a good shot. But looks like he's just pretty much a roadblock to everybody, and that's the thing you don't want to be. I mean, once you see people just going to your outside and passing you,
crap ton of lap cars.
Looks like about 4 or 5 lap cars up ahead of the leaders.
They're all the same speed.
And they're all over the place. This could be interesting.
Whoa!
Oh, jeez! Wow! Nate Stewart is trying to get to the underside of corner. Oh man, what a scramble around as all these people are just weaving in and out. I am scared myself. We're gonna go 4 wide around the 69 of Bianchini. And oh my goodness.
But the 26 is just not making any friends today, because interfering with a bunch of people's days, and just, I don't know, not really a good day for him. So as they go 3 wide, near contact between the 92 and 24, it's Connor Brandon, but as they go 3 wide, 92 has no help. I'm surprised the proximity teammate in Hunter O. Johnson is not going to go with him. That Connor's not too happy with that. 24 and 12 are making some serious ground on the outside.
Well, the 12's running a proximity machine. He's actually not a proximity car. He's actually an O. Johnson Esports machine. His only partner in the field has wrecked out. That 12. Andy McDowell, yeah. Oh man, Wheeler pushes up the track, nearly got into the 13 of Nate S. Stewart, but boy, that 4 is slowly starting to build himself to the front. And here comes Alex Wheeler, and that 4 mounted up a charge to the high side, and he has Nate S. Stewart driving alongside with him. Oh, Stewart washes up the racetrack. Quan nearly got into him. Stewart's going to be left out to dry and all the way back.
We were talking pre-race with Alex Wheeler about can he still win, and near contact there, but Alex Wheeler, he's not one of the guys that you've seen up front trying to steal a win, and he's in a good shot to do it, as the 2 leaders are underdog picks, as they're not usually up front, and now they are leading the charge at Talladega.
I'm worried about how Quan is pushing that.
A few cars going on a pit road. Looks like the 13 and Nate S. Stewart. That dark matter car. Oh no, never mind. Looked like this went really low. Not sure what happened there, but some contact between the 24 and the 4.
I'm telling you, Quan I don't want
doing
to call him a hazard or something
he
like that, but he's doing some jobs, and he's worked himself to the front, just aggressively pushing everybody and so forth, and getting as much hooked up as he can. Also, to note out, he has a clean car and that number 24 machine, so Quan doing a nice job as of right now in that 24.
Top line, all Chevys, and if you're Quan, you're doing all the right moves in Quan's eyes, because this is your one shot, like one of the only shots you have to win a race. I mean, nothing against the 24, but like, he's not one of the guys you usually see up front, so seeing him lead the charge at Talladega is a pretty nice sight, but looks like the 12 is going to be with the 24 the whole way through, so they're going to go to the inside. The 92 is going to get shook out by his previous teammate once again, but 4 is going to get some help. 4 is going to get some help on the inside, as 12 is blinking. So
yeah, not Quan, but Hunter is blinking. It's definitely going to cause a bit of a weird issue. But boy, with this small of a pack,
4 to the outside, no help, as 05 is going to steal that position away.
we're within pit window right now, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some drivers head themselves onto pit road here in a couple of laps.
No.
But boy, they are literally at the end of the pit window, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna pit very, very late. I'd say around like, I'd say with about, it's actually less than 10 to go now. We hit 9 to go. I'm saying they're gonna pit like 5 to go or what, but boy, Bianchini was the only one who was in and out quickly on that. Just right now.
And a lot of these drivers that are staying out so much probably banking on a caution late to be able to pit and not lose ground.
Or, what I was pointing out earlier, they have to make it to 5 to go. If they hit the 5 to go signal, they will be all, they'll make it all the way to the end. But as of right now, these people are still just staying out, minding their own business.
If this goes green, it's going to be a tough break for Eric Keplinger as he is 14 seconds out of the lead. So is Corey Rexford and Michael Bianchini.
Yeah, Bianchini actually the only person
Bianchini slapped.
Bianchini the only person to actually pit during that during this green flag cycle as of right now. But boy, they are with this many cars right now in the back. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a caution or such. But remember, flashback to Season 1 Xfinity. This race did end into a fuel run. One of the few races that ever ended in a fuel run. So maybe all these people are trying to single themselves out so they don't be the person up front like Quan. Oh, here they go on the pit road.
Oh, 24.
Oh, here they come. The 24 leads the 79 and 2 others to pit road, as the 12 of Hunter Johnson will go to the lead now, I believe. Yes.
Maybe, Talladega isn't a track that you could save fuel at, so maybe people are trying to save by hanging back and using cars to draft with by,
yeah, like Daffin or maybe that car right behind. I think that's Bianchini. But all these people have to go on pit road now because that pack of 4 is gonna slowly start to catch in a hurry.
Unfortunately for Michael, though, he's going to be over a half whole lap behind the leaders once they come out of the pit road, because once he laps them, he's going to have to come all the way around the track again to assume the lead, and it's just not going to happen. No one coming down pit road this time.
Yeah, I think they're just banking just to go all the way to 5 to go to get something happening. But as of right now, this small of a pack, they're definitely not going to wreck. So they're just banking to go all the way. All these people are.
And you jinxed it.
So we now have 6 laps to go. So if we make it around one more time, we will reach the point of no return. What do you think is going to happen? Will we see a driver run out of fuel? Anything's possible.
I say we get a caution.
You think we're going to get a caution? I think they're going to make it to the white. With this many cars, I'm definitely I wouldn't be surprised if these people do not don't make it all the way. So I'll have to see. Some people are thinking about it, decided not to. They're still banking for that caution. Hunter Johnson's currently the leader. Connor Brennan is second.
Caution comes out. The race is official.
5 laps to go. So yeah, this is the race from here point forward.
We have reached the point of no return as everyone mostly goes single file. Daffin singled out on the outside. He will jump in line now as we're reaching some lap traffic up ahead. We'll see what happens here.
Those are the 3 cars that made a pit stop, so if they can somehow stay on the lead lap before they pit, they're going to be in a good spot to win the race. Although fuel in these cars are going to take about 12 seconds to add, since it's like 4 times fuel usage, and it doesn't shrink the tank, but it's going to make them it's going to make it close when they get off pit road. They're going to be at
here they go. They're coming in.
Here they come.
Pit road. 4 stays out, and that's
Alex Wheeler stays out with a few others, so he will lead the race over Ryan Kwan in the 24 and Michael Bianchini.
That was some scary moment. The 20.
Good news for the 79 and 48. They stayed on the lead lap before they pit. So as long as they can just haul ass and get around the field, I mean, it's quite possible that they could steal this win.
Oh, they're out of fuel. They're on the apron. They're literally coasting it as they head in and out. But as of right now, the only two cars to make it in and off a pit road within each other is that 87, the 05, 92 Connor Brennan, Hunter Johnson. All these people, this whole, I guess, pack of 5.
Guess who's back? 79, 48.
Yeah, they just need to. You just need to get as much of a go, but boy, we're tandem drafting now. We're gonna hit 3 to go. This is a weird race. Boy,
Never expect this.
Yeah, I expected a huge run to the finish, like a sprint, like that truck race. But right now, only 4 cars in this pack, and we're gonna decide it from these 4. 3 laps to go now.
3 laps to go. Connor Brennan, Hunter Johnson.
The final lap. I can tell you that, as Connor Brennan is your leader, so if the caution gets out, he will be your race winner. You got a little bit of smoke. It might be from a lap car and that iRacing glitch that's going on right now, but closest guy to the field behind them is Alec Daffin in the 88.
Menchu left the 87 of Casey Drake dry. Don't know if that was like damage or some sort of thing, but my oh my, all these people are literally separated. This top 4 are now looking like top 3.
Yeah, 87's losing the draft. That front end damage below the on that front headlight.
Yeah, it's just creating a crack in the flow.
That is not what Jackson wanted to see, though, as it's going to be 2 to go this time. Those are a pair of teammate or ex-teammates. I keep confusing those cars because of proximity and stuff, but it's going to be Connor Brandon and Hunter Johnson, with Jackson Menchie possibly being able to steal a win here today, as going to stay single file.
I'm pretty sure Connor has this race secure with a former or a sort of ex-teammate on the back of him. I think his trust is leaning towards Hunter, and Hunter's blinking out as well. He just needs to time the run as well as he can, but Menchu is going to be the catalyst for how this finish will play out. We're going to come here for the white flag this time by 3 cars to settle it. Connor Brandon, Hunter Johnson, Jackson Menchu. White flag this time by as they head through the tri-oval. Cross your fingers, we don't head a caution. Yes, we don't.
No.
Woo!
So it's going to be a 1-lap shootout here, as it's going to be the 9-2 versus the 12 and 05. And if they all wreck, you got Alec Daffin sitting there pretty and fit.
Yeah, Casey Drake, Alec Daffin can do something. Can maybe do something, but white flag. Connor has yet to pick up a JTP win. If the 05 of Menchu, if something happened,
they're going to get a run here.
No, they didn't lay back. They decided not to lay back. So it's going to be a deciding factor on who goes with who, coming off of turn number 4. So, Connor.
Going on yet? It's going to be the 12 trying to get to the outside. Nothing.
He's there. Jackson went with him.
There goes Jackson. Jackson to the inside of the 12. He's going to go
3 wide.
Up the middle. Here we go.
Here comes it.
Oh!
They make contact.
Oh, they all spin. They all spin.
Jackson Menchie.
Jackson Menchie's going backwards.
Who gets
And he's gonna win it! Oh my god! Jackson wins! What? Oh my god! Connor tried and he didn't do it! Jackson Menchie takes it to the checkered flag! Unbelievable! Holy crap!
Great day for Jackson Menchie.
Oh my gosh!
Look how skewed that car is. Wow. Straight.
Casey Drake finished second. Holy crap! Oh my gosh, what a finish!
And that's a great win for Jackson Menchie after being
Finally!
screwed out of that truck win yesterday. He finally comes
Redemption!
home, wins the race. So, congrats to Jackson Menchie. We'll come back with interviews.
I want to take a couple replays on that. That was bonkers. That was I don't even know what to think about that one. You could see the 92 of Connor washed up the track and try to block the 12, and that just opened up the door for the 05 and Menchu. Connor tried to wash up the track. Boy, he like overcorrected into Menchu. I don't know if he was trying to wreck him on purpose or what, but Menchu, those people just ended up wrecking themselves, but Menchu comes out on top. Oh my goodness. I am speechless after that one. My oh my, Jackson Menchie picking up the win here at Talladega. Oh boy. Wow. And Casey Drake comes out second. How about that?
Yeah.
And Brandon Warwitz also finishes in the top 5. And Michael Bianchini finishes with a 0x.
He's going to burn it out in the grass as he's going to do some donuts. Congrats to Jackson Minshew. He lost the win yesterday. Keeps it off the wall, so...
Yeah, I guess I approve of that. Unbelievable. Top 5. Gonna get an interview. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. We'll be right back, right after this. Stay yourself tuned. Gonna go side by side for action.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
And we're back here for the Talladega 150. Oh boy, what the heck have we just witnessed? Oh my. Oh man, I'm speechless after that one.
that was certainly one for the record books.
That was well worth the price of admission, even though this is a free race. I'll have to buy, you know, a ticket for that one. Just for
You're gonna drag in your 5th place finisher, and that will be Brandon Moore, if he's even in here.
No, he's not in here. So we're gonna start with a winner then. So Liam is gonna go ahead and take it away, and yeah, he's gonna interview Jackson Minshew, who started in 30th. So Liam C, go ahead and take it away.
Jackson Minshew, you came from 30th place, and you won the race backwards.
Yeah.
Were you in a hurry to get that thing in reverse? Were you just trying your hardest to get that thing set into reverse, get it into gear, so you could just reverse it back? Like,
oh man,
I was that last lap.
Oh man, entering the last lap, I knew Hunter might have tried to back me up so Connor could win it, because I know obviously they're proximity teammates. So I was just, I didn't know what to do. I thought, I don't know. I just went for whatever at that point. And Hunter tried passing Connor in the tri-oval. There was a gap, so I went for it. And me and Connor made contact. We spun out. I was in reverse, so I thought, I'll just try to reverse it, because I saw Casey also coming up really fast. So I don't know. I just went for it.
Well, I'll let you know, if you were 7/10 of a second too late into getting that thing into gear, you would have lost it. Any sponsor you'd like to thank? I mean, that thing was crazy. That thing was crazy fast, and we were talking about how you would have a shot to win, and we were talking about you all night. So, any sponsor you'd like to thank for this race?
There's no sponsors, but I'd like to thank Connor Brannon for working with me the entire day and making me not feel left out because I'm not on a team anymore. I'd like to thank you, Liam, Keyboy, and David for being awesome broadcasters, and everyone else for making this a good race.
All right, great underdog story tonight from Jackson Minshew. He steals a win here to Talladega tonight in that 0-5. So, and we'll increase his resume as we're going to drag in our second place finisher, Casey Drake.
All right, we're gonna go drag in Casey Drake and that number 87. Casey, you started around where Jackson was, and unfortunately, you're one position short of the win. But boy, was it a finish! Yeah, I'm pretty sure your heart rate picked up off of turn number 4. Talk to me what happened out of your windshield.
So
Line.
we kind of split up
Um,
the pits. It was just
I have a little bit of issues with the 87, so.
Liam, you
Wait.
probably have him muted.
Oh, whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, he's talking.
Sorry. All right, go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry.
So me and Minshew was split up between Connor and Hunter, I think, and we tried to work our way back up there, and then pass on the outside, and then it didn't work, and I fell back, and then I was just my only chance of like winning or getting the top 3 was of them wrecking, and then all I saw was smoke. I'm like, I just full throttle it, try to get to the inside, and like as you met out of the smoke, I just see Minshew backing it up, and I'm like, oh man, almost had it.
Yeah, and you almost had it if you were 7/10 up forward, but unfortunately that damaged car caused you to lose that front 3 there for a moment. But fortunately, you come out second here for tonight. Congratulations on your second place finish, and you sponsored the thing for tonight's race, man.
No sponsors, but I'd like to thank my teammates, Eric Keplinger and Malachi Drake. Malachi didn't have the best luck, and Keplinger just lost the draft there, but it was a fun race.
All right, man. So for congratulations to Casey Drake, P2 after the hectic Dega. Can't wait to talk to you in the finale, man.
Thanks, Kate.
Oh, yeah, whoops. We're gonna drag in third place. David, you're gonna take this interview away for this one.
Okay, so third place finisher Connor Brannon. Talk us through that last lap.
Oh, well, I kind of thought I was going to have it at the end, but I saw Hunter start backing up, entering 3. I knew he was going to make a move. And then Jackson made a move, and they both just took it 3 wide. And I don't know what else I could have done there, and just tried to door Jackson a little bit. It just got me really loose, and I wrecked all of us, and he somehow won.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of a good question to ask. Okay, so Connor, what do you think would have happened had you not wrecked? Who do you think would have won that?
I think Jackson was going to win that regardless, because once he ditched Hunter and took the bottom, he had a really good run on us, and I think he was just going to get there before all of us. So I tried to do something, and yeah, it didn't work.
Well, either way, congratulations on a third place finish tonight. Any sponsors you'd like to?
Yes, I would like to thank Proximity Racing, Also Garage Doors, Trey Shuttlesworth Images, Rexford Engineering, and Steven Merslack for my paint scheme.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that was Connor Brandon P3, and you're gonna slide in our P4 finisher. Oh, William Schmidt, and I'm pretty sure Liam is gonna take this one away.
William Schmidt, some pitch strategy just worked against you, and you just couldn't get to the lead pack. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I saw that Quan was going to go in the pit, so I assumed that a lot of other people were going to come, but nobody else really did.
Yeah, tough break for that, but you came home with a 6th place finish. That's fourth actually. Never mind. But you salvaged a 4th place finish out of it. Finished 1 car behind the proximity car for the team points, but still came home 4th. So walk us through your race strategy here. Like, were you just gonna go for it, or were you just gonna like sort of pick and choose your battles and try to keep the car clean? Because we saw you got yourself in that first accident there. So walk us through your race. What was the strategy for the 79?
Before the race started, I was planning to like lay back until 15 to go, and then after the wreck that Robert flipped on the Hunter's hood, after that, I just kind of slowly got washed up to the front, and I just kind of just ditched the strategy and just kind of went for it.
Yeah, so I'm fortunate to finish fourth, but still, salvaged a good finish out of it. So, any sponsor you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Well, I do have you for letting me allow English. I would like to thank you for allowing me to drive for RX Racing, and also big thanks to Brandon Juarez for pushing me for the final couple of laps.
All right, that is William Schmidt in the 79, finished fourth tonight. So we're going to drag in, I think that's it for our interviews because we only have Alex Wheeler.
All right, congrats, William P4.
Yep.
Drag him out of the booth, and yeah, I think that's all because Alex is not in the top 5. Warwas is not in the booth right now, so. Man.
A wild race for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Probably.
Yeah, great.
It's one for the books.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great finish. Definitely crazy.
Yeah,
but congrats.
I'm wordless after that one. That was,
yeah.
From start to finish, that was one heck of a race. So I think we're going to leave it off here on a good note. Congratulations to Jackson Menchu for the win. So, going to sign out here. My name is Zeke Reyes.
I'm William Sheen.
And I'm David B. Smith.
And we're signing out here from KMN. Tune us in next week when we summarize the season in the finale. So, can't wait to see y'all at Homestead. Thank you all for watching. This has been KMN, signing out. iSCAR is proud to present its title sponsor, Tolsma Designs. Tolsma Designs breaks new ground with great paint scheme replicas on multiple vehicles such as World of Outlaw vehicles, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series cars, iRacing Rally Cross cars, and many more. Please go check them out in the descriptions below.